Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Project Delta. This episode will be available until April 4th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this time it's April, not March. First off, sorry for the mix-up on the last episode. I meant to say April. I said March. That will never happen again. Promise. I will never mix up dates ever again. I was going to leave like a comment, but I think most people understood that I just meant the next day. And I think at some point I even said tomorrow's episode when I was talking about this episode. So hopefully not too many people were confused. No, I was not going to have this take 11 months to release. Project Delta is going to be going on for a while and releasing relatively frequently. Like, I don't want to take too long off. I think the longest I'm going to take is probably like maybe a month tops, like between episodes. And honestly, that would probably be like, if I was going to take a break from Project Delta, that would probably only be during either holidays or during like if I'm taking a break from like the entire channel in general. But obviously I'll be sure to like let everybody know about that. I'm not just going to randomly say, oh, see you next year or something like that. It would probably be relatively prominent in the episode itself. And no, this is, you're not going to have to wait like a year between any episode, I don't think, at least. And I do hope, like, honestly, I am going to try and do Project Delta until, like, YouTube just bans this feature. Honestly, that's the goal, that's the hope, and that would be just cool. I want to try and keep this as a way to where I can, just give my thoughts and general, like, ideas, and also to make videos that audio videos of topics that I might not be able to on the main channel, or that I just feel like aren't big enough for a video, or aren't like, might be a little more controversial, I guess, and I can maybe test the waters with this as opposed to just fully jumping into a video with it, or to like give some ideas or give some thoughts. Like, that was always kind of the goal for Project Delta, and I'd love to, like, I'm gonna keep it around for as long as possible. And I know it doesn't get like a crazy amount of views per episode. I think we are averaging about 1,000 views an episode, which honestly, like, that's about what my normal videos get. So, it's about that, but I don't really see that ever going up, like, because you can't really adjust the thumbnail and title for this at any point to like match what the video is about. At least I don't think so. I mean, I could probably try, but I feel like a lot of people would be very confused if I did. So it's not like that number is ever going to go up. And that's also why I'm also a bit disappointed that it didn't do better immediately. Like, it did very well. I mean, the video's on like 200,000 views right now, but I also feel like I regret how I set up the video in general. Like, if you've seen this video, obviously, so like, that the first audio track, it's only like 2 minutes of actual stuff, and then it cuts over to just music, basically, because I wanted to, like, I didn't want to talk about it too much in that, because I wanted to talk about it on episode 1 of Project Delta, and like, I wanted to save stuff for that, as opposed to putting it on the main audio track where people were going to be able to hear it forever, essentially. And I regret that, both because, like, I do kind of wish I had talked about stuff that would be a little more permanent in the main audio track. And I also regret it because a lot of people didn't switch audio tracks. Like, for most of the videos, okay, maybe not now, because a lot of the people that I feel like watch my newer videos, like, a lot of them will switch over to the audio, like the Klingon audio track, just because, that's like why they subscribed in a lot of cases. And like, but in general, only about a third of people actually switched. Even for the exploit video, in the analytics, I can kind of see how many people switched audio tracks. and only about 1 in 3 people actually did. And so that same thing basically happened with this video of right at the 2-minute mark, you can see that the views drop off a cliff, obviously, because people aren't going to just, watch a blank video. And yeah, it's unfortunate, honestly, because I do wish I had planned it better. And that first episode, while it was very, it did well. Like, it still did well. I don't want to like say it didn't. I don't want to say it did poorly, but it just still underperformed my expectations, and it kind of made it to where, like, not as many people know about this project as might have known if I had just made it slightly better, because YouTube's algorithm decided to just not push it after that, because the drop off was so immediate at the 2-minute mark. So it is a little unfortunate, because like over time I do expect like for this video to just kind of lose viewers as time goes on, which like I'm fine with. Like I said, I'm kind of doing this more for me, but it is still it's I just wish I'd done it better, I guess. And like, it's weird. It's just weird because it did do well, but I also still wish it had done better, because it is essentially the start determines how well this does overall, like viewership wise, or I guess listening-ship wise, just because I really would be surprised if this did end up getting more viewers over time. So it's a weird circumstance to be in, but I don't want to say that I'm not grateful for everything still. Like, I am still extremely grateful. I definitely want to make that clear. And yeah, I do love this project, and it is a nice way for me to just get my thoughts out a lot of the time. And also, I do want to just thank everybody who has watched these so far. I mean, we're on episode 12. That's a dozen. So we've had a dozen so far. And I know a lot of you have probably watched all of them. I'm sure that quite a few of you have also missed some here and there. And don't worry, you probably didn't miss out on much. But I do also, even if like only 100 people watch every episode, I still want to try and make like some very high quality stuff for some of the later ones, and actually have scripted stuff. A lot of the stuff for this hasn't been scripted so far, but I have had a few scripted ones, and I want to try doing that a bit more just to get some test topics out, essentially. Anyways, that's it. Bye-bye.